Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the Secret Transmission podcast. I am your host, Toby, and alongside with me are some of my friends,
Cade,
Tyler,
and Kirsten.
On this episode, we are going to be talking about the weird signals transmitted on shortwave radios. Most people call them number stations. Not a whole lot is known about what the number stations are. There's a lot of popular belief that these number stations are actually transmissions for spies to send messages to each other with a one-time pad. This one-time pad is just a decoding pad, and they can usually use the numbers and decode the message. And it can't ever be cracked by anyone else. I have some examples. This is the first one, and it is called the 8-note rising and falling scale. Okay, so that one started during the Cold War and is currently inactive. What language do you think it is?
It's German.
You think it's German?
I'm positive
You said
it's German.
you know some of the numbers that it was. So what were some of the numbers?
I didn't get the first one, but then it was 7880924.
What did you think, Tyler? Gibberish?
I think it sounds like a bunch of garbled up, like just the after of whatever radios, all mixed together.
You don't think it is kind of hard to hear, but do you not think that it's just it could be the frequency was wrong or something, and that's why it doesn't sound as clear as it could? I don't know anything about shortwave radios really. I mean, can a shortwave radio broadcast better, like more clear?
It really just depends on what you have said.
Right. Okay. Do you want to hear another one?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. This next one is called faders. That one started between the Cold War to early 2000s. It could still be active, and it was last heard May 2001. No one's heard it since then. Is there any way... I mean, there was no words in it. Is there any way that could be some kind of, like, reverse Morse code? Like, instead of beeps and stuff, like, is there any way that there could be something...
We do... In the Navy, we do not use anything like that.
Okay.
Nor would I think that would be an effective way of communicating.
Right. It would be too hard to decipher, you think?
Sounds
Even
like a helicopter.
yeah, it does sound like a helicopter.
Helicopter.
So, any thoughts of what it could be?
It sounds like it could be, anything from like trouble, like transmitting out like a certain signal,
Right.
or it could be a high key.
Oh, okay.
Which is someone just holding like a key like constantly pressed down.
Oh, okay.
And it could just be catching
So-
noise around
so
it from equipment.
So someone could be playing on their phone, playing Simpsons Tapped Out, and then throw their phone on the keyboard and it just holds the button down.
They found the guy from the Goonies in the basement. Let go of the key.
Pretty much.
So-
It happens all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, this next one is called The Crackle. Crackle is currently active and first heard interfering with weather stations.
How would it interfere with weather stations?
I just think it's just. I think that it's just like lost transmissions. Like I just think that it's just something that.
But
if like static on a radio station now, I think that's what it is.
It was first heard
radio.
interfering with weather stations. You don't think that someone was trying to get through and
Well, those
talk to someone?
No, I just think that. Those
But it's a constant thing.
Yeah, but I think those radio stations. I mean, they're poorly made. They're not like they were high tech to begin with. It was
Like
back there in the Cold War, so it could easily, when you're bouncing off of those towers, I mean, any interruption period is going to make a weird noise.
That
Right.
white noise.
I just think
extra noise that gets
I just think it's popular
Right.
because people want to hear something in it. So
Well,
they're going to sit there and listen to it. all
And
day.
a lot of these do. They just sound like noise, but I mean they're very popular with the enthusiasts that record these and study these, and some are just noises, but a lot of people think that there's something with them, like they're trying to communicate and that they're trying to send messages. You still say that that's a hotkey?
I still say it's a high key. That crackling, that's the sound it always makes when we press down any kind of radio.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the next one is the wop wop.
Dubstep.
That one was first reported in 2002 and is currently active. It's suspected to be a coastal radar in France. It changes frequencies every hour to 30 minutes.
Yeah. Sounds just like phones put together, like reversed. Speaker to
Talkie
mic.
part.
Yeah, the mic.
The talkie part.
the talkie part.
Yeah, it does sound like
It's
that.
Like a
point.
straight echo. And it
Yeah,
just
like an
continuously plays
echo's
back.
echo.
Yeah.
Like it's just
never
it's
ends.
just bouncing. Yeah, it's stuck in a constant loop of echo-ness.
Well, are some of these stations, are they just left on constantly?
Yes, it's just a constant
so that's
go.
just what their background noise is. and
But
something
every
goes
30
on.
minutes it changes frequency. Or 30 minutes to an hour. It's different.
Wait, is that not because it's hitting somewhere else, maybe, or
That
interfering
could
with
be-
another tower?
Like, they change like an encryption on something
Right.
every 30 minutes. It changes the backbeat they would get.
But why can't it be something like
They're all done together.
it's a marker when you hear the frequency change? Attack. I mean, why can't it be something like that? It could be that, right?
If it's changing every 30 minutes, they're
Well, that's a
attacking
lot of
every 30
attacks. It's a lot of attacking. I mean,
tactical.
they're very offensive.
Or maybe
Okay.
it's reminding someone to take their medicine. Speaking of that,
Yeah.
Oh shit! The signals change. I gotta take my medicine.
I don't hear it anymore. Okay, I gotta take my medicine.
I'm not insane. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. There's a womp womps. And the crackle.
And the crap.
Okay, so this next one is called the 3-Note Oddity. active since the Cold War and has been inactive since 2005. It's the three-note oddity.
What does inactive mean?
Inactive? What is
Oh,
inactive?
I mean, like, it just disappears?
Yeah,
or-
like it's just gone. Like no one hears it anymore. No one reports it anymore.
But if they're constantly reflected, why would it disappear?
I say people build, and then that's not.
Yeah, I mean, someone stopped sending this transmission out. It's gone.
I mean, the world's changing constantly. So,
so
if you build
someone's
a
been
building
around
somewhere,
from the
then it's
Cold
gonna
War
bounce
to-
differently, and it's gonna not be there anymore.
Do what?
Shut this radio off?
Do what?
So someone's been around since the Cold War.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
shut this
that's what
radio
I'm
off.
saying. That's why.
Grandma.
That's
Oh,
why
okay.
they're weird. Is because
Do they constantly hear it, or does it just play?
it just plays, and sometimes there's a message, just like that at the very end of it. There was a small message. I don't know if those were numbers. I don't know what those were, but it's just constant. And
Remember the SOS on Lost? It was kind of like that. It just played and played out into nowhere, and then they picked it up when they got to the island. It's kind of like that.
well, yeah.
That's what I
That's
keep
I
thinking
think
of.
that's what Lost pulled all the number station stuff from, like the number
Iron
that
Legend does
Hurley
that too.
knows and
Yeah,
stuff. Yes,
see?
that's all pulling off the number
It's
station
fucking
stuff.
crazy, and that show is awesome. So
In the movie I Am Legend, he has that constant radio transmit too.
Yeah,
He's
it's-
using a short wave frequency.
Well, and that's because it's an emergency broadcast. Is what he's looking. He's waiting for someone to broadcast to him, and all that. Do you want to hear another one?
That sounds like the Cold War.
It sounds like the Cold War.
Yeah.
Well,
That could be because they had all kinds of agents and over in America like spying. And
right,
stuff like
and
that.
that's
I
what a
mean,
lot
it
of
could be-
people believe, that these are messages like to spies and stuff. That way, anyone can be listening to it, and there's a one-time pad that you can use to write down the information. You know what the code stands for, so you can write down and decode it, and then you throw away the paper, eat it. It explodes on after 5 minutes of looking at it or whatever.
I definitely believe that could be something they would have done.
Right, and
Russia.
that's what's weird, is a lot of them have the numbers like that, but then some of them, they're just tones, and they're attack tones. That's my theory, and I'm sick
I
of.
don't think they're attacking.
They're
tones.
attacking every
I
30 minutes to an hour.
What
I
if-
think they're just saying their tones are just saying, "Look, this is active still.
Maybe,
These are
maybe.
the numbers." This
or
is,
whenever the tone switch, it awakens a sleeper agent.
So there's a sleeper agent waking up every 30 minutes to an
Yeah.
hour.
Or like,
That's just as good
or
as the
those
attacks.
ones, like the straight beep where it's like 72 hours and then it like changes. Maybe that's what it is.
Ooh,
Beep. Oh,
I'm awake.
I'm awake.
The next one is the Pip. That one was active since the late 90s. Sometimes has a rare voice message from either a Russian male or female. So people know that it's Russian. So what do you think it is? The Pip.
It's a Russian man.
It's a Russian man. Well, I mean, what is he doing? I mean, is he?
I don't know.
He's ordering lunch.
He didn't sound like numbers. It sounded like he was talking.
Well, we don't know Russian numbers.
Well, why don't we Google?
What would he be saying?
And how long has this one been
To
going?
me, it sounds like somebody
That one's
giving
been going
orders out
since
for
the
flies.
90s, I think is what it said.
The 90s.
Yeah, the 90s. And it's sometimes a male, sometimes a female. And it's very rare.
To me, it sounds like somebody who's just like telling somebody like fly, like it's okay to land almost.
Yeah.
It sound like Long Johnson. That's why I started laughing.
Oh, no.
The next one they call the slot machine. It's not funny, it's scary. That one started in early 2000 and is suspected to be a Japanese Navy thing. What do you think about that?
You naval man.
Yeah, Navy boy.
I've worked alongside the Japanese Navy, and I have never heard anything like that.
They just like their slots, man.
I think the Japanese are smart people, and using random noises to communicate.
Exactly. They're so smart that they can just play noises, and they're like, oh, I know the
It's
code.
unconventional.
It's unconventional. I think that's actually... I believe that's just the new J-pop band, and that's like techno. Yeah. The next one is drums and trumpets.
None of these have had numbers
Sounds
in them.
jazzy.
Some of them do have numbers in them, jackass.
Like that Russian one at the very end.
Some of them have numbers, but these are popular
Where's
ones.
the Englishman?
That one started in post-Cold War, and it's been inactive since the 90s.
They didn't speak American.
And they didn't speak American. Okay, this one is called Gongs and Chimes.
Let me guess, Chinese.
We'll see. Listen to it, and then you can make your assumption, asshat. Alright, that one started in the late 1970s and has been inactive since 1990.
Definitely unsettling to listen to. That was weird. It sounds some kind of cult shit.
Yeah, it does sound
The
very...
Waco bombing.
It's
Oh,
very
man.
cult-like,
Have
huh?
y'all seen As Above, So Below?
Uh-uh.
Oh my god, dude. You seen that? You know those people standing in that cave? I almost shit myself when I saw that, dude. That was awful. That's what I thought of. That's what I thought of.
They make a noise like that?
It was just they're all standing there like staring at this one thing. And
Could they be saying what he's saying?
Maybe. I don't know the language.
Wait,
It's
let's
French.
get this on number stations. I don't know, that's pretty creepy.
Okay,
What if there was like a machine that could like pick up all these different okay, it wouldn't be frequencies, but like each tone of that like gongs
Oh.
and chimes. You know what I mean? Like each wavelength from like okay, this for instance.
That's what they
You know
say.
how
If
that's
you slow it down, that sometimes it can be something different.
really
Because if it's a different, like the frequencies of it, if it's sped up, then it's something. Then it could be something different. It just depends on like if you know what kind of frequency to put it at. It sounds completely different. In some
maybe that's
things.
what the numbers are. The
Mm.
code for telling what frequency to put at you to be able to understand it.
Maybe slow down. Maybe
What?
if
You
it's
just
up.
blew my mind, man. Okay,
Think about it.
think about it.
Think about it.
The next one, it's weird that you say backwards and stuff because they call this one the Backwards Music Station or Wales.
Are you trying to say that whales speak backwards?
Yeah, maybe. Tyler, I'm calling you out on this one.
All right.
Because it's currently active, and I know you know what it is. That one's suspected to be a part of the United States Navy. Enigma ID XM. I don't know what that means, but it was said it, and I'm calling you out on it. Bitch. So what was that? Was it a... Come on.
Now, when they say that's used by the Navy,
It's suspected. It's suspected. You gotta realize a lot of this is...
They could be getting that from, a Navy ship, yeah. And
right.
It could be total, without, in
how could
encryption, it could sound, totally different, but...
Well, don't Navy ships have, underwater,
submarines?
Yeah, well, I mean, submarines.
Stuff to record sound.
Don't they have, the wavelengths that come off of them that can sound like that? Like the Dopplers? Do they have anything like that?
I've never heard anything like that on our radios, which I
wouldn't
wouldn't know
what your own submarines, but
we have encrypted lines, and they could be sending something out. They could be picking it up. Without the encryption, it could be totally different, sounding. So I don't know what that sounds like because it encrypts it for us.
Right.
So if they're saying that comes from the Navy, that could be what they're talking about.
So now, are you saying that some people, to send messages to each other, you send an encrypted message, like it could just, when the signal is sent to y'all, it decrypts it and you can hear someone talking? Is that what you're saying?
Well, okay, we send out we say what we need to say on a line or something.
Right.
It encrypts it, so no one else can get it until it goes to another Navy ship where it's decrypted there.
Oh, okay.
And then they can hear it.
Huh. Okay. So I have one more. And this one is the Chinese robot. This is the last one.
Boom, dong, wing, ding,
Beep,
bang,
boop,
dong.
boop, beep. It's a Chinese robot, so...
I am Chinabot.
Let me make your tennis shoes.
There's not much history on this one. It still is active. It's believed to be Chinese air defense. It's actually a female voice in Chinese saying 3 numbers per second. The most popular belief is that this one belongs to a drug cartel.
Really?
So I don't know how they're communicating their messages with 3 numbers a second, but somehow a drug cartel is smart enough to figure all this out.
The numbers, are they consistent?
I don't know. I just have that small little recording of it.
No patterns found?
Well, I mean, I didn't write any of this down. I'm just telling you what I found. I don't want to encrypt the drug cartel's secrets.
So these are just
I'd be a national hero. I'd be a national dead hero. And chop off my head.
It says it right here, Tyler. It says the underwater measurement of the sound from the ships.
Oh, for the
The vessel radiated noises.
Are you talking about...
She's talking about the...
Not even antennas, are you? You're talking about
I'm
underneath
talking
the
about
water.
underneath the water.
All
like
our
the
rotors and
whoop,
stuff,
whoop.
yeah, they make noise. And
No, not that.
the
Like,
freaking...
it's just like Doppler. That's
Yeah,
what
but
they're
no
trying
way
to
a
say.
radio is
Like
going to
the
be able to
boop,
pick that up.
boop.
I mean, yeah, the whales hear it all the time. They love swimming
That's
right
what I'm
next to
saying.
us.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whales, like
And they
hear
love
that.
making
Like, it
noises
sounds
out there,
that.
too.
Like that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why it's due with the Navy is because that was the whale one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
backwards.
they're talking about radio. There's no way that would be picked up on a radio.
No way.
Maybe
Hold on,
whales
somebody
can
go
transmit
underneath
radio
water.
waves.
You
You're
can
saying-
take pictures underneath
you
water,
said
but you
Navy
can't catch
whales can-
sound underneath water.
Yes, Navy whales can.
That wearing those little cameras.
They wear little
They have
sailor
AM
outfits and they're
radios.
very cute.
What is that one movie with that the guy, that Barney Fife guy, and it shows like those fish on the front of the cover and they're like wearing glasses?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're crazy.
I'll have to look it up.
So-
I'm not crazy, see, I just looked that up.
So
That's right.
these
I
number
was figuring it
stations, they can be. There's a lot of theories. Some believe that they're spies. Some believe that they're still active to give you false hope. No, not false hope. Like false. What am I trying to say? Like that, they're trying to make you believe that there's still agents out there and that they're still picking up codes.
Totally a conspiracy. There's people out there just listening to this shit all day long, so they're not worried about what the government's doing. They're just listening to whale noises, gongs, robots, and that's it. So they're distracted by all that. Why everything else is being
No.
laid down.
They some people believe that the spies are long gone out of the country, but it's to give you the fear that there still are spies in your country.
No,
That's
they're
what.
spies. They're just now they're called terrorists. Different words for it.
Well,
Spies don't have to terrorize.
yeah, spies don't have to terrorize. They just gather information. You're wanting destruction.
You're a terrorist.
So,
That's what
but it's
about,
it could be for drug cartels. It could be for sending information, or I guess it could just be random noise.
Broken transmissions. I
Broken
think that's what a lot of them are.
Hockey.
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 Oh, I thought you said hockey. I was like, what?
Broken
Yeah, hockey
transmissions.
people love it.
They're like, hell yeah. Now check him.
That's all we have for now on Number Stations. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please follow us on Twitter at SecretTransPod, at SecretTranspod. You can also find us on SoundCloud, and you can subscribe to us on iTunes. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please email us at secrettransmission@hotmail.com. Now, please stand by for a mini podcast of Kids Explain Everything. It's a special podcast for little kids to explain the spooky and scary. This first mini podcast is about vampires.
Kids explain everything.
How old are you?
5.
Oh, yeah.
What about to say?
I don't know. Come here. Sit in my lap. Alright. Tell me everything that you know about vampires.
I don't know.
What do vampires do?
It's like your blood.
They suck your blood.
Mm-hmm.
What else do they do?
Eat people?
They eat people?
Yeah.
Do they bite them with their big long fangs?
Yeah.
What else do they do?
Run fast?
They run real fast?
Yeah.
How do you kill a vampire? Huh?
You do that?
You put a stake in their heart?
Yeah.
Do you like vampires?
Mm-hmm.
Are they scary?
I like them.
You like them?
Yeah.
But they're not scary?
No.
What's wrong?
I am a vampire.
You're a vampire?
Yeah.
What kind of vampire?
Like it's got the long nose, like that.
Like it has the pointy nose?
Yeah.
Because they changed
Yeah.
their face?
Yeah, like I be that kind of vampire.
Ah.
Not like it's have a long hair, like it's got the like hair like it, like that.
Right.
Mhm.
Did we just watch the Lost Boys movie?
Why?
Is that what we just watched?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Is it your new favorite movie?
Mhm.
You gonna say bye?
Bye. Kids explain everything.
And that wraps up the very first episode. We hope you come back and listen to us try to explain the unexplainable.
Mr. Pop.